Yo, what's going on out there? It's Larry coming to you again with another Blazing Sports Report. This is the first video I'm doing with my DSLR. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I don't plan on continually doing this with this. I just wanted to test it out or whatever. So if it looks a little different or what have you, that's the whole purpose of it. But anyway, right now we're into the point of the NBA season that I like probably more than any other part of the NBA season, which is coming up on the trade deadline, because you have a ton of rumors that always spread, always surround people. And we all know right now that the big names out there that have been talked about: Steve Nash, Rajon Rondo, and Dwight Howard. Now, we're going to talk about Rondo for a minute. Now, Rondo, Boston Celtics said they will not trade Rajon Rondo unless they know they're getting back something that will make them an immediate title contender. What does that mean? It means they should just keep Rondo, because you got to consider this: Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, they're both free agents at the end of the season, if I'm not mistaken. That leaves you with Rondo and Paul Pierce, and then you got a bunch of no-name players that surround them. Sure, you have Bass on the team, you got a couple of little complimentary players, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be a legit playoff contender. They get some money off the books, but in my opinion, if they're going to move Rondo, they ain't going to suffer through a whole bunch of obscurity once again that they did before they made the Big Three trade. I don't necessarily think that's a good move for them. Moving on to Steve Nash. Steve Nash is being courted by a lot of people right now. A lot of people want to try to get Steve Nash, but the Phoenix Suns are in the process of saying, hey, if you want Steve Nash, you're going to have to take back some of these bad contracts that we have as well. Meaning Josh Childress is going to have to come along, meaning Hakeem Warwick is going to have to come along, possibly a Channing Frye is going to have to come along with this. We've heard that the Magic will try to go after Steve Nash. I'm going to get to the Magic a little more in depth in a little bit, but Steve Nash going to Orlando, yes, it does give them a point guard that they need, but in terms of adding on those bad contracts, it's not a good look for Orlando. I know they're not in the process of trying to save money per se. They're trying to keep Dwight Howard happy. I don't think adding Steve Nash, somebody who's going to be around for maybe 1 or 2 more years, is going to necessarily have Dwight Howard stick around in Orlando for a long term. I think that Steve Nash will be a better fit with a team who's looking to win right now this season. I wouldn't be surprised if the Lakers made a push for Steve Nash. The Lakers, we all know that their problem is the point guard position. We all know that Derek Fisher can't defend anybody, so adding in Steve Nash to the mix, I don't think it'll really hurt them any as well. Moving on, the Orlando Magic and Dwight Howard. The Magic are in such I don't know what you want to call it, disarray with Dwight Howard right now, for the simple fact that, one, Dwight Howard wants to leave. We all know this, but everybody in Orlando wants Dwight Howard to stay. The Orlando Predators said they'll donate $25,000 to his foundation if he stays, signs an extension. His mama said he needs to stay here. Shaq said he needs to stay here. Charles Barkley said he needs to stay here. Everybody's saying that Dwight's best situation is to stay here in Orlando. Do I think he'll stay? This is the latest rumor that's going around, is that the Magic are trying to acquire Monta Ellis. If you know me, and you have been talking to me about what the Magic need for the past 3-4 years, I have constantly said they need to go out and get a Monta Ellis. Everyone that knows me knows that I've said that they need a Monta Ellis or a Jose Calderon. That's what I said. They need a pass-first point guard or a scorer, flat-out scorer. In order to get Monta Ellis, Golden State Warriors are doing the same thing that the Phoenix Suns are doing. You're going to have to take back one of these bad contracts. My thing is, if the Magic can somehow take David Lee and Monta Ellis off the hands and still keep Dwight Howard, I say by all means go ahead and do it, because they're talking about that David Lee and Andres Biedrins have to be one of the 2 players that get coupled with the Monta Ellis. Monta Ellis on the Orlando Magic will make them a legitimate, flat-out, I would say, NBA title contender, for the simple fact Monta Ellis can flat-out ball. It all depends on what they give up in return, which will most likely have to be Ryan Anderson. We end up getting stuck with Big Baby Davis coming off the bench still. I love Ryan Anderson. I love the man with a passion. I really wouldn't want him to go anywhere. But if that means making us a legitimate NBA contender instead of getting rid of a fan favorite, I say by all means do it. We'll still have JJ Redick. I love JJ. But Monta Ellis in the Magic uniform, I would love to see that. Another rumor is that they're trying to go out and get Steve Nash. If you get rid of Jameer Nelson, bring in Steve Nash, I wouldn't mind seeing that either, for the simple fact that neither one of them play good defense. I think Jameer's trash anyway, and Steve Nash is a much better game manager than Jameer Nelson is anyway. So there are a lot of rumors going on right now. The ones that I'm more intrigued with, though, right now are obviously the ones surrounding the Orlando Magic. There's still talks about the Brook Lopez deal going down. I mean, there's a lot of things going on right now. But the NBA trade rumors are going around right now. Rondo, and the thing that makes Rondo's interesting is that there are no like legitimate rumors about where he will end up landing. I don't know where the man will end up landing, honestly. But if there's a play to be made, I really don't know who would be willing to take him, because, like I said, they want everything in the world to get Rajon Rondo just for one last chance at the championship. Do I think that trade will happen? I don't think so. I think Rondo will stay in Boston. Steve Nash, I do think, will probably be moved. Somebody will take that risk to take those contracts. But the Monta Ellis deal, Monta Ellis has been shopped for since last season, honestly. I said the Magic should have went out and got him last year, but I'm always saying things that people don't necessarily buy into. That's my take on what's going on with these latest NBA trade rumors. Let me know what you guys think. Where do you think Rondo will end up? Where do you think Steve Nash will end up? Where do you think Dwight Howard will end up if he will get traded? I hope he doesn't. I love him here in Orlando. Dwight Howard, if you catch a glimpse of this, keep your behind here in Orlando. Larry Jenkins, Blazing Sports Report. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.